You know what it is. We hit the protein goal, then we got our steps in. So today, I want to talk about one of my new favorite sayings is that every day is Monday. See, if you treat every day like Monday, because most people, oh, Monday, that's, oh, now I'm gonna lock in on Monday, okay? Like, I'm gonna eat like shit, and on Monday, I'm gonna lock in. But if you treat every day like Monday, regardless of how you feel, you're gonna do things that you told yourself that you would do. And I'm like, damn, I like that saying a lot. Because that's what discipline is all about. The whole delayed gratification. Regardless of how you feel, you still show up. You still eat the same meals. And I think the perfect day for this video today is because, it's the 4th of July. Not saying you can't have fun, you can't go out, but you don't want to use holidays, the weekend, as an excuse to really lock out. That's where it becomes even more important to stay locked in. And how I know I'm actually locked in now is because this is the first holiday. I'm like, oh yeah, it's another day. We still gotta record, upload, eat right. I couldn't work out, so I worked out the Sunday before, so I still got my 5 weightlifting sessions in for the week. But really, when you genuinely, it's so hard to explain, but as soon as you genuinely understand how important this stuff is, your actions are gonna start reflecting it. You will actually start hitting your protein goal. You won't miss workouts because you recognize missing the workout is so much more than missing the workout. It's quite literally you're casting a vote for that old version of yourself. That person you said you didn't want to be like anymore. And see, for me, I would rather die. I would rather die than go back to that state where you need this or that, or you need that person. Fuck all that. No, I don't want to go back to that point. So I stay locked in and I can make these commitments. And the more you make these commitments, the more self-confidence you get that, you can do difficult things. Because if you look at everyone around you, and that's the thing too, you get to the point where you stop comparing yourself to people around you because you're like, oh, these people are bots. They're all overweight. Of course I'm going to be in shape and be better than them. Not better than them, but you know what I mean. Of course you're going to look better because your standards are way higher. But you're not competing with them because the bar is in hell. But it just keeps you locked in on your toes because you really have to show up every day. See, a lot of you just want to show up once a little while. No, it's got to be every day and for years. It's really grounded my expectations because now I understand, this is going to take a lot longer. Because I've been lifting for so long, but the people around me now, I'm like, damn, these niggas been lifting for, damn. Jeez, okay. Damn. All right, we're still locked in. I'm trying to get these steps in before the rain, starts. So I was like, shoot, I got to go now. But yeah, people around me, they've been lifting for 10, 12, 15 years. So now when they're like, I deadlift 600, bench 4 or 5, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because they've been consistent for basically way more than 5 years, but genuinely consistent. Because that's the thing. A lot of the thing with Gym Journey is the first couple of years is preparation. See, once you genuinely get locked in, once you get to this point, the point I'd say I'm at now, where, you know everything you gotta do. You know how important the diet is. Your training is locked in, and you know all these things, then boom. That's basically where your starting point is. Because 6 months of being in that state is how you're really gonna change. That's why I make these videos, so we can kind of document the changes in the next 6 months, Because everyone's like, okay, you gotta go monk mode for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. But I just didn't vibrate enough to understand why I was needed. But now I'm like, I'm already doing it. Because it's a lifestyle. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go out, eat goofy shit, do dumb shit like smoke and all this nonsense. I was like, no, fuck all that. Because there's no point. It's straying me further from my purpose. We're trying to be locked in. We're trying to become a cold, dangerous motherfucker. And you gotta sacrifice some things, to get to that point. That's why you can't run alcohol, drugs, weed, and all these things. You gotta restrict yourself from all that. You gotta journal, you gotta meditate. You gotta really sit in yourself and you gotta be okay. That's what people don't get about the gym. Because eventually, you see, when I started working out, I was just training the body. But it gets to a point where you start training the mind. It's that whole David Goggins shit. I was watching the video, and David Goggins talks about how the reason he does running, he runs so much, you always see him running. And I'm thinking, maybe he just loves to run. No, that nigga's like, I fucking hate this shit. But I do it like I love it. Because he knows, more than anyone else, that when you push yourself and go through those uncomfortable situations, there's so much more on the other side. Because if you can get through that, if you can generally show up every day and do something you hate, There's nothing the world could throw at you that you wouldn't be able to overcome because every day you push yourself. That's why the gym and eating right is so important. And anyone that tries to downplay it, they just don't do it. See, as I interact with more people, there's two sides. You're gonna have people that aren't on this journey, and then people that are. But when you interact with someone that's not on the journey, the only way for them to get it is they have to do it. You know, I talk to people about retention, not much at this point, but you have to just tell them, like, you just have to do. Like, when you get to 120 days, you're gonna see how mentally you were before and then after. And then you realize, oh yeah, that nigga was right. Because at the end of the day, none of this stuff is new information. When I talk about these videos, it's not new. It's new to us. It might be new to me or you, but people have been talking about this stuff for a while. That's why I say all roads lead to this eventually. It's not something you can skip. You just can't. If the gym and all these things weren't important, people wouldn't talk about it. But it's something that's very hard because no amount of money could buy this stuff. See, because no one's watching, but I still wake up at 4:45 and I still get my workout in. See, no one sees that. There's no one for me to like go to or whatever. And yeah, I might upload now and do content, but long before I started uploading, I was already doing those things, for years. That's how you build, the merit and the evidence. But this ultimately, it has to be for you first and foremost, because if you're doing it for chicks, you're not gonna last. If you're trying to start a retention trick, you think, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it so I can get all the girls. You're not gonna last 100, 120, 140, 160 plus days. And I think, and people will tell you, quick retention rant, but people will tell you, oh, the benefits after 90 days are placebo, but the journey is gonna be different for everyone, but it's gonna return you back to baseline. But remember, how we talked about the bar and the standard. The bar is in hell, so if you return to the baseline, that puts you in the top 1% when you look at people around you. Because the average person, they can't go days without doing it. Remember, that's average. So when you stop doing that, you stop operating like someone that's, extraordinary. The 1%, which I'm sure everyone watches videos, you want to get to that point. But see, you have to be really ready. See, for me, I know, damn, it's no chicks, no really going out, none of that stuff. Basically till start of next year, because now it's the time to lock in. Really push the physique, the mind, all these things. Push them to the actual limits. See, the reason I started this new lean challenge or whatever, and also another challenge of just eating the same meals every day, because I haven't done it before. But now that I see that, actually shredded people, that's what they do. They're so locked in there. They eat the same meals. They don't eat for taste. That's why they look like that. That's why they vibrate so highly, because they have mastery over what they put in their mouth, which soul food people do. That's why they look better than most people. And that correlates. People that have mastery over themselves, they vibrate higher. As a consequence, they look better. But see, so many people still think, oh, the gym is just about having muscles. Or, oh, it's just about a six-pack. Oh, vanity. Oh, ego. All those people, the people that tell you those things, gluttonous, lustful. So you can't even play the whole religious card. Oh, what about God? What about God? The whole seek the kingdom thing is about self-improvement, which is crazy how people still understand that. Seek the kingdom truly first. It's basically, as a man is telling you, to self-improve. Better yourself, master yourself, because that's how you master yourself, that's how you're gonna serve your purpose. Because when you get to that state, you'll be able to inspire, serve, and help other people. And see, once you interact with other people and you recognize, oh yeah, this stuff's actually really real, it makes you just don't tolerate bullshit excuses. Once you know what to do, if you know you gotta work out for this week and you're not doing it, then you don't want it. Not bad enough, man. It's thunder. Great, just chill. Let me finish the video and get these steps in. But yeah, if you know what to do and you're not doing it, then you don't want it that bad enough. Right? You just have to that's the cold, hard reality. Anything worth doing is not going to be easy. But when you get to this point, you just love doing difficult things. You're like, oh, I haven't done that before. Let me do that. Oh, because it's difficult. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to wake up at 5. Okay, that's exactly why I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Because I don't like to do it. Or you don't like to upload posts, it makes you feel uncomfortable, boom, do it. Because you don't like to do it or it makes you uncomfortable, that's why you should do it. So a lot of us, we're just soft because we don't do anything that challenges us. We haven't been through anything. That's why you have to do these things. And the gym is your gateway into that. Because see, a lot of people, you have to eat every day, basically. You might be able to fast every day, but if you want to like put on muscle, actually be healthy, you basically got to eat every day. So every day you will be tested. So someone that masters themselves and every day beats that test of, okay, boom, I didn't eat the crumble cookie. I didn't overeat. I didn't overindulge. When you consistently do that, basically 95% or more, or 100% of the time, that's why you're going to look better than most people. Because the vibration you get, I'm telling you guys, it's something you're only going to understand when you genuinely interact with people that are locked in and you see what they do on a daily basis. Because that's the thing, you don't have to necessarily see them in person, but when like you talk to them, like let's say it's like a Zoom call or any of those things, it's just you can sense the vibration. Like you literally know they're about the shit because you see how they look. But you can sense like, damn, like they really mean that shit. Like they're really about it, and it shows. Because they've been doing it for such a long time, where most people would quit. That's why it's important, you gotta be consistent. See, for me, it was just consistency. Now it's a boom, okay, we know what to do, now we just gotta be consistent. But it's just more doing, more retard maxing. I gotta make another video on retard maxing. Because when I upload these videos, when I post on IG, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm like, fuck it. What I have to lose? There's nothing to lose. There's only a bunch of stuff to gain. But if I can serve, help, and inspire others, it's worth doing. It's worth attempting. Because once you get more locked in, you're just like, you don't care anymore. Like that girl, like you don't care about her anymore because you're like, it's not, you recognize that you're a bot, whatever. Or just an actual bitch. And you're like, it's not worth it. Like you don't need that. So it just makes you genuinely okay being alone, which is honestly a superpower because, again, most people are not on the self-improvement journey. And you want to listen to this, you're probably the most locked in person you know. So you're really going to have to get okay with just being very, I mean very alone. Trust me, I'm sure there's someday, and I'll make a video about it, when I find a genuinely locked in person that I know, and that becomes a friend. You guys will be the first to know. But that's a while from now. I thought I had it, but I didn't. I was very wrong. But that's okay. You live and you learn. But a person is out there. Maybe they listen to this video. Or maybe I've already walked past them. That whole anime shit where a lot of people, they either went to the same high school as their person they ended up marrying, but they didn't know because they never interacted with them. But they probably walked past each other in the halls or at Burger King or some shit. So maybe I've already met them, but that's why you just got to keep vibrating higher and higher so that those people. Because honestly, I got blessed by the YouTube algorithm, and I found a community of basically people that are actually locked in. Because there's a whole bunch of self-improvement communities, but I really got blessed to be in the one I'm in now because it's a very small group of people. But and most people, I'm talking locked in, niggas, niggas, actually locked in niggas, because a lot of niggas just y'all know how it is. I'm typical, but actually locked in black dudes that want to get shit done. Nice to be a part of that now, but that's why your environment is so important. Because I'm telling you, when you see how locked in people operate, or there's people that high vibration, you're like, wow, but they do it. They do all the things that you need to do. They do it every day, but they do it effortlessly. It's like breathing. It's like Goku in Ultra Instinct after he masters it, and it's effortless. They dodge stuff automatically. It's not a struggle. There's no friction. They just do it. They just show up, and they've been showing up consistently for years. That's why for me, I'm it's really time for some One Piece time skip shit. 2 years. I'm boom. All right, 2 years from now, boom, we're gonna be hella motion. Boom, we're gonna be good. Because this is the base. But as you do this, you're gonna gain more and more confidence. You're damn, you look in the mirror, damn, okay, I look great in the mirror. And you're damn, that's only the beginning. I'm only gonna look better and better in the mirror. Because that's the thing, as your vibration is higher and higher, you're gonna start looking better and better in the mirror. Because as a consequence of your high vibration, you're gonna care more. You're gonna do all these things even better, and that's gonna lead, to you being hella lean and all these things. That's why you just gotta keep going. You have to keep doing, and don't stop. Just keep going. That's the most important thing. You don't gotta be 1,000% locked in all the time, But the key is you cannot go backward. That's the most important thing. Don't go back to your old self. If you stop smoking, you start smoking again, you're going backwards. If you said you wouldn't do it and you start doing it again, you said you wouldn't goon and you start gooning again, you're going backwards. If not, you haven't paused, like you've gone backwards because you've broken commitments and you've gone back to the old version of yourself. You can't do that. You have to keep moving forward, always, on some Aaron Yeager shit, whatever it takes. Some Aaron Smith shit. You keep moving forward. The mission is always first. If that sounds harsh, your standards are just too low, or you want to appease or appeal to other people before yourself. Damn, it's actually starting to rain. It's fine though, he's still locked in. You gotta keep moving forward. Unless it stops pouring, we're gonna still record this. It is what it is. But yeah, you just gotta keep moving forward. I think I'm almost at my step goal, so it's fine. Or low key, I'll probably go inside, get a jacket, and then I'll get the rest of my steps in. I just want to get the video. All right, fuck, we're gonna get the video like 20 minutes, so we're gonna yap a little more for the algorithm. But yeah, it's just, now I'm like, oh, it's just rain. Like David Goggins be fucking running and snow and shit. I'm like, what's some rain? Like, I'm not gonna get sick. Like, fucking, I got the hella high test. I don't get sick, so it's fine. But yeah, this is really important that you stay on your purpose. You have your goals and you really like attack them genuinely each day. Because for me, it took me a really while. I was like, damn, like what do I want to do? Like how I want to help people. And I finally know. I'm like, okay, boom, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna take it seriously. No more fucking around. And I'm gonna just genuinely go after it. Every day. That's the most important thing. Your goals, the mission. You gotta do those things. So we have to stay locked in. Or I don't want my phone to get wet. I'm fine getting wet, but I don't want my phone to thing. So we're gonna end the video here, guys. But yeah, of course, we're gonna upload tomorrow. Stay locked, stay on the grind, go to the fucking gym. You already know what it is. And become the coldest, baddest motherfucker you can. Stay locked. Let's get it.